Dude, can we hit that weed?
Yeah, we can hit some weed.
For sure. Let's say you were a MMA fighter, UFC fighter, something. Hypothetically, what makes you more intimidated? A guy like Conor or Mike Perry, a Diaz brother kind of, who's just gonna be like, fuck you, I'll knock your ass out, some shit like that, just talking shit to you, or Conor, he's so confident, or he's like, I'm gonna knock your ass out in the first round, just like some shit like that. Does that make you more intimidated? Or are you more intimidated by someone like Damian Maia, who's willing to fucking give you a hug first and shake your hand, not intimidated by you at all, not trying to intimidate you, but is just a fucking happy, a George St. Pierre kind of, Damian Maia, Stephen Thompson kind of guy, who's just, you know, they're a fucking nice person and they'll whoop your ass? Which is more intimidating?
So the personality, not so much of like the style.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, not style-wise, but personality-wise.
Probably just off of personality, probably Conor and Nate's style. Nate's more of like when you're in the cage, because he's kind of just like, fuck this dude, I'll see you in there.
You think that intimidates you more?
Especially in the cage with like Nate. But Conor especially, man, like, I get
that confidence is, whoo.
Because a lot of people, and I'm going to be honest with y'all, that's why I like this shit. But that a lot of people really don't have confidence in themselves. They're faking it. They're trying to fucking sell you something that they don't really got.
Selling wolf tickets.
Dang, exactly. And I don't have that kind of confidence.
No.
If someone, dude, I told you once, I was watching Conor's press conference. I can't even handle the pressure that he puts on himself.
Before he got any of the belts, you know, back when he was just coming into the UFC, talking about he was going to be a 2-division champion, and shit, I'm like, dude, slow it down. I'm going to knock out Jose in the first minute or something. I'm like, dude, this is so unrealistic. Like, take it down a notch, and then he does it all.
Well,
it's insane.
You know what, though, man? This is kind of something I think's cool, though, is that he says it, and I've noticed, like, Eminem said it, is when you put in the work, you start to notice the progression, and that's where the confidence comes. Like, once you start seeing results.
Right.
So I don't think, like, if you're just sitting there and not putting any work, you're not going to be able to have that confidence.
Yeah, because you know you didn't do the work.
Especially if you're like, because think about it, if Conor's meditating, if he's doing flow stuff, if he's eating clean, and then he's calling out, no disrespect, I'm just picking up on Dustin Poirier or whatever, and then Dustin Poirier's drinking beers or whatever, and Conor's just like, you think you work hard, and Dustin's probably like, fuck yeah, man. No, fuck you, dude, I do work hard, but man, I did have that beer.
Yeah,
you know, and Conor's
you start questioning yourself.
And you can sense that his confidence is real, and
yeah.
That's why it's hard to not get annoyed by him, but honestly, you convert that jealousy into motivation, because we were talking about how if you're getting jealous, it's odds are you probably want something to do with that.
Yes.
Whether maybe if someone's a doctor and they got a job or they finished college, you might be, even if you don't want to go to college, but you're jealous of their accomplishment or that they're happy. You know what I mean? So you're like, oh, fuck this. So sometimes you just got to check yourself, because like, it could help you.
This way,
because if you're just wasting, fuck this dude and fuck that dude, instead of going like, well, what is this person doing and what is that person doing?
So I think more people need to be inspired by Conor. So many people just want to hate him, and it's like,
it's hard.
I get so mad at Conor haters, because it's like you're hating at someone who's trying to like defy all the odds, someone who's trying to like fucking really live a dream, who's like, no, I'm gonna be the first person to hold 2 belts at the same time. I'm gonna be the first person to go and take a boxing fight, who's just like crossing all these boundaries that we didn't even think were possible, and people just hate on him. It's like, exactly. It's like, dude, you should be inspired, fucking cheer him on. It's insane to see, especially if you look back on the videos when he was second fight in the UFC, and he's talking about the law of attraction and what he sees happening, and then you see him now. Right. I think a lot of people hate on him because they just see him now, and they're like, this fucking cocky asshole. It's like, you didn't see from the beginning when he was fucking broke without a job saying this shit was going to happen, and you're rooting for him, and he's just throwing crazy kicks, and now it's like, everybody's just like, oh, this asshole. Yeah. Everybody hypes him up.
Must come easy for you.
Diaz whooped his ass anyway. It's like, dude, but like, you missed the whole build-up.
Right.
Like, you just came in at the end and seen him on top, so you hate.
It's true, man. Well, you only see the final result. Dude, there's this guy, shout out to Russ. I love what he was saying. He put out a song on SoundCloud every single weekend I don't know if weekend, but every week. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
every week. He's like, I'm gonna put out a song every week until I get 1 million plays or views. I don't know how SoundCloud works, and he got his goal.
That's what's awesome about the internet is you really can just come out with your own shit and be like, you know what, I got my own platform to put out music. I got my own platform to put out videos. I got my own platform for a photography page or cooking page.
Well, something happens when, at least for me, I don't know, maybe it doesn't happen for other people, or maybe it happens later, or not. Like I said, not at all. But for me, like something happened once you hit like puberty, and you start really worrying about what people think, where you don't have that as a kid as much. You start betraying yourself as how someone else thinks someone wants you to be.
I think, like you said, it's somewhere during like puberty and teenage years that you start getting called out for being different. Or
someone's like, dude, that guy, look at his fucking shoes. What the
fuck? Put you on blast. Yeah,
put you on blast. Cool. And then you go home, fuck you, mom, you said these are cool.
As you're saying that, I just went back like so many high school situations. Just it's like your closest friends when you're hanging out every day at the park and shit. But then once you're at a party or something, when girls around, they call you out, and you're just like, oh, I'm remembering this shit when it's just us two kicking it, bitch.
Right. Well, dude, that's something that psychedelics taught me how to like it sounds so obvious now, but I was tripping once, and sometimes little things happen to you when you're a kid or a teenager, and it's not a big deal, and it fucks you up, but you feel childish about it fucking you up because you're like, that happened to me when I was a kid. Why am I not over that? And when I was tripping, it really just processed for this thought of just, it was like, felt like this toneless voice was talking to me, and it was like, I'm sorry that this happened to you, but you just didn't know how to process it. You were just at a point in your life where you did not know how to process it, and it's not that big of a deal. And it almost felt like it helped me like relive that experience, but at where I'm at now, so I was able to see it wasn't a big deal. And the psychedelics came at it from a place with love. It just made everything seem a little better from that point. I
think the study was done by Johns Hopkins University. Fuck, I hope I'm not fucking that up, but where they did a study with psilocybin mushrooms on cancer patients, like terminally ill cancer patients, and it made a lot of them like more open, not just open to it, but just more accepting of the idea of death and certain things that they can't change.
The reason why they did on them because they were saying that their stress from passing away was taking away from enjoying the last time they had left. So the psilocybin was helping them accepting it more to where they were able to just enjoy life and focus on something else more instead of
what was weird how much it helps you cope. Like it's helping them cope with what's going to happen to them in the future, and it helps, like you were talking about, with cope with things that happened to you in the past. It helps me fucking deal with whatever you're going through in the present moment. Like, damn, I'm going through so many crazy changes right now. Just trip and look at this from a different point of view sometimes.
By not dealing with your problems, is you're dealing with it. That's just how, like, that's how you're choosing to deal with it. You know, and psychedelics kind of force you just to deal with it, and it goes away. That way you're not dealing with something.
Yeah, I feel like it speeds. I feel like it really speeds up the process for sure. Now, like whatever you're going through and need to get through, it's just like, let's go ahead. I want to use the word expedite. I don't even know if that's right, but expedite the process. You know,
what the fuck does that mean?
Bro, I don't even have my phone over here, bro.
Oh, shit. That's why we got Adobe Editor, son.
Oh shit!
You can see him walk off and then magically be here.
Make an action or process happen sooner or be accomplished more quickly. He promised to expedite economic reforms.
See, we dropping all kinds of knowledge on social.
We're like,
thank you, Mur.
We're like educators, bro.
Thank you, Mur. I appreciate that.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, so go on. Sorry.
The psychedelics kind of help you expedite the whole process of whatever you're going through. Whether you're looking for your passion or you're trying to get over some bullshit, it helps you find like your main passion, like where you could jump in.
You almost need something to have your main focus and then have some escape focuses.
Right. Because if I was doing Dragon Staff all the time, I'd go crazy.
Right.
You need to be able to step away.
It's good to have just like... That's why it's good to be open to multiple things and not just be on one team. There was a thing that I saw on Facebook. Aubrey Marcus posted it. This thing was talking about how you can work, how it's important to work things out, like in your mind. Like, for example, like the thing he was like, this is kind of off topic, but on topic. But he was talking about working out, being wrong.
Right.
And I think it's kind of like I think that can apply to work on not being jealousy. Like you just have to work on like calling yourself out when you're wrong. And I think it's the same thing with being jealous, like calling yourself out, like we were talking about. Just like, why am I getting upset here? And figuring out how to convert that feeling into a motivational, because jealousy is a powerful feeling.
Exactly, but you have to first be willing to acknowledge that you're feeling jealous, and then be like, now why am I feeling? And you got to be real with yourself,
and then don't just push it aside. That's one thing. People are like, I'll just block it out. No, at least from my opinion, I like to take it and use that as like, I'm gonna go fucking running, or I'm gonna go fucking write, or I'm gonna whatever it is that you want to do. Use that. To put into that.
Yeah.
Like sometimes, man, there's always like you got to go through some shit to get to a new place, and
it's back to that. You got to make a mess to clean a mess. Kind of thing. Right. Sometimes before shit gets better, you got to fuck some shit up.
Yeah, some shit's got to fucking fuck up your perspective in order for you to get a new one. And that's
that's kind of what they do in boot camp, is they break you down to build you up. They want to start you from scratch. Like, no, get rid of all the shit you learn. This is what you are now.
And that's why you gotta try psychedelics, man.
Exactly. That's what it does. No, it does. Starts you. That's if you go to resetme.com, it's because it resets you. It's a blank slate. It's like,
thank you for bringing that up.
Yeah,
shout out Amber Line.
Because when I first tried mushrooms again in 2014, that's how I looked at it. I was looking at myself in the mirror, like, man, I don't like my hair, I don't like my job, I don't like my relationship. And I was like, you know what? I could just look at this like a blank slate, just like start fresh. But now it's like, all right, I see. I'm starting to add to the picture, and I'm liking it now.
Well, and see you're liking it now. It's once you realize that you actually have control. It does take work, but once you realize, because I think a lot of people don't even realize that they have control.
Like, yeah,
they're just kind of like, man, this fucking sucks. But once you realize, like, wait, I actually have complete control of me. But
there was a quote, I'm paraphrasing, from Terence McKenna that said,
check him out if you don't know who he is. If you do know who he is, God bless you.
I don't say God bless.
I never say God bless ever.
Okay, he said something along the lines of one thing that psychedelics shows you is that you're able to change rather quickly. Like it's basically like not only are you able to change, but you could be a whole different person tomorrow.
Right.
Boom. You just reset button, and some people aren't aware of that. They're just like, no, this is what I do. I drink every day. I spend my time doing this. I don't go to the gym. It's like, you could start though. You could start tomorrow being whoever you want to be if you want to.
Right,
or
you're defining yourself in the wrong ways.
Yeah, a lot of people do. I feel like
it's weird. It's the natural.
I did for the longest time too. I was like, I keep
going back to Bill Burr voice.
I've watched way too much Bill Burr lately, so I play video games. I listen to death metal. I have long hair. I play drums.
This is who I am.
After mushrooms, like, scratch all that. Next, all this.
Dude, we're just a canvas that just constantly just changes though. It's like you can always become a new canvas.
True.
Just whenever you want to be. You just paint and add shit to it over time. Like
paint over some shit.
I'm into yoga right now. You paint here. I'm into fire spin right here. I'm into MMA right here. I'm into podcasting right here. And then maybe freaking 20 years later, you're finally done with that paint. Like, I want to start something new. Boom. And it's still there. You still got all that stuff. Anytime you want to go over there, you can go back and admire all that stuff. You never have to give it up.
And sometimes you just got to go in deep, 5 grams in silent darkness, Terence McKenna style, and just dip that whole canvas in white paint. Like, scratch all this. On that note, I really want to try ayahuasca at some point in my life.
Me too.
The more I read about it, the more I'm like, this sounds like something I might need at some point.
Let's do it. Let's go.
Peru,
Let's do it. You and I, we'll do it.
Dope. Yeah. Let's call it done.
Yeah,
we call this done. Otherwise, this is number 1 bullshit.
All right. Well, thank you guys. Thank you guys for checking this out. See you guys next week. Love y'all. We out.